From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday turned out to be a beautiful day, and today is going to be exactly the same. Sunny skies across the map. It's going to be a little bit hotter for today, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for early August. That means mid 80s for lower elevation, 60s up in the mountains. Wind gusts are going to come back, but they're not going to be as strong as they were for yesterday. So the strongest wind gusts probably going to be in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those gusts around 30 miles per hour. Then for tonight, a few more clouds up in the sky, but in general, it's going to be mostly clear. And overnight lows will still be cool for lower elevations, but maybe not as cool as this morning, but 50s for lower elevations and 40s and 50s in the mountains. For tomorrow, a touch hotter. At this point, we're going to be back to around average high temperatures for early August. So that means in general, mid 80s to low 90s for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. And the wind gusts going to come back, although I think they're going to be a little bit lighter for some spots. But in the Kittitas Valley, some of those peak gusts once again around 30 miles per hour. We're going to trend even hotter for Sunday, about 5 degrees hotter than normal. And then Monday is going to be the hottest day of this ordeal. So we'll be about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. But as the trend has been for this entire summer, we're just not going to see a sustained heat wave as we'll start to cool it down. And this is actually a very symmetric bell curve in terms of our high temperatures over the next 7 days. So a deeper dive into Monday, which is going to be the hottest day of this ordeal. We're thinking between 101 to 103 for the lower Columbia Basin, between 95 to 100 for the Kittitas Valley, around 100 up and down the Yakima Valley, and around 100 for the Blue Foothills. That's still 4 days out, so that's subject to change, but you can see it's going to be fairly toasty out there. The forecast going to stay dry. That means vegetation dryness and fire danger going to go back up for next week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, trending hotter into the beginning of next week, as we'll end up around 100 degrees for Monday and Tuesday. In Yakima, like I mentioned, a very symmetrical forecast as we'll heat up into the triple digits by Monday, and highs eventually return to where they started. In Ellensburg, mid-90s Sunday and Monday, cooler with winds picking up Tuesday through Thursday. We'll watch the fire potential very closely. In Hermiston, the heat peaks at 101 at the beginning of next week and sliding back down into the mid-80s by the end of next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, the foothills will also be within striking distance of triple-digit heat for Monday, but that'll be a quick flash as opposed to a long-term ordeal.